What are my thoughts on incentive-based commission structures rather than just doing a flat fee? So firstly, I always recommend a flat fee. When I'm negotiating on behalf of homeowners, I talk to them about the advantages of a flat fee and the disadvantages of incentive. And so I'll give you a brief overview here of what I generally talk about. So the first thing is a flat fee is super simple and crystal clear to negotiate on. The reason it's really simple is because just negotiating over one number. You have a single number that is, say, 2%, that has been thrown out there by the agent, and you're just trying to push that as low as you realistically can get it. You're not trying to negotiate over 5 different numbers, starting from the lowest tier through to the highest tier, and you're trying to shift that down. You're just negotiating over a single figure. Secondly is because I truly believe that incentive-based commission structure doesn't change how the agent operates. The agent will run the same processes and systems that they have in place for every single property. And a good agent will have really great systems in place to get you the top dollar anyway. So, adding a scale doesn't change how they're going to operate. So here's the sort of the nuanced things about it is generally when we see an incentive-based structure, what we see is, and I'll put some numbers on the screen here of really what it would look like, is the next tier up. So when you go from paying 1.9 to say 2%, when you get to that 2%, it actually is on the whole number. And it's a very minor change, but it's really quite important for the agent because a buyer is very likely to pay 2 million rather than 1.999999 million. So if the agent gets you that extra $1 or extra $5,000, you're paying that increased rate on every dollar below that as well. So sometimes you'd be better off actually selling for slightly less just to pay that slightly lower commission rate. So if you were really set on doing an incentive-based structure, I would recommend doing it similar to how we base our tax structure on in Australia. So that would be for the first 1.5 million, you would pay a certain rate. For the next 500,000 that they get on top of that, you would pay a higher rate on that 500,000 only, and then on the next 500,000 you would pay a higher rate on that $500,000 only. Just like if you are in the highest tax bracket and you earn $300,000, you don't pay 47% on all 300,000. You still get your tax-free percent, then you get your I don't know the exact rates, but you got your 18% tax rate and your 30%, and then your 47% just on those dollars over like 190,000. So you'd need to set it up similar to that. But for all intents and purposes, if you're just selling one house, just go with a flat fee. Much easier to negotiate and super crystal clear. Hope that helps.